This segment of CoastLife is brought to you by the Delaware Community Foundation.
You know, here on the coast of Delmarva, we have a lot of groups that do a lot of great giving and really supporting the community. We have one of those groups joining us today. We have the Delaware Community Foundation. This is John Ward joining us here on the couch. He is a DCF fund holder. Couple questions right off the bat, John.
Sure.
What is a fund holder? What does that mean?
It means that I set up a fund through my financial advisor with DCF about 5 or 6 years ago. I had some shares of stock that had appreciated, so it was very tax advantage to do my community support through setting up a Ward Family Fund at DCF from a tax point of view, and been a big supporter of DCF for many, many years before that. So the fund that they invest in and grows over time through their investment, and then I get to designate from time to time grants that I want to make to nonprofits.
Yeah. And how does all that work? What is it that you guys want to do? How are you trying to make a difference in the community?
Well, I've been a volunteer at Delaware Hospice for over 35 years, so much of my charitable support goes to Delaware Hospice. And had a chance to make a large grant from the fund last September.
Is there any way that other people who want to make a difference, maybe they want to do what you've done, maybe they just want to either give their time or a little bit of money, how can people help out?
Well, Delaware Community Foundation, Mike DiPaolo, happy to work with anyone. You don't need to be a millionaire to set up a family fund. Much smaller amounts, you're able to set it up through them. And Delaware Hospice is always looking for volunteers. All you need to do is reach out to them on their website.
John, from the money that you have been given out, what kind of impact has it hit the community?
Well, really proud of the community center, or the hospice center that Delaware Hospice built in Milford in 2008. And the grant I made in September, not all the expenses for running the Delaware Hospice Center are covered by Medicare or insurance. So the grant and other fundraising that Delaware Hospice does helps to provide extra support for the center for both patients and also for families. If you haven't been to the Delaware Hospice Center in Milford, I really would encourage you to visit. It's very much like home as you can be without being at home, and the care that the team there provides is just amazing.
And why did you choose hospice 30 years ago?
My first boss at DuPont was one of the founding trustees of Delaware Hospice, and at the time they were looking to get younger people involved in the board. So I had a family member who had received Delaware Hospice care like 6 months before he called me up, so it just seemed like a no-brainer to get involved. And once I got involved, it just has gone on from there. I've been on the board 3 different times, currently a board member now, and it just, again, brings balance to a corporate lawyer's life.
So for the people at home, if they want to help you fundraise, if they want to either donate time or money, can you, again, tell us how they could do that?
Yeah, we have a website that's, and I would say, reach out on the website. There's contact information there. There's ways to donate and fundraise there. We have a fundraiser coming up this weekend up in Newcastle County, and next weekend in Milford at the Delaware Hospice Center called Festival of Trees. We do that every holiday period, and lots of beautifully decorated trees, but that's a way to maybe join us.
And John, what is the website? Not to cut you off.
It's delawarehospice.org.
Okay.
So please, reach out to the website, and there's all sorts of ways to donate or get involved.
Last question here for you, John, and we're going to get you out on this one, but do you take a sense of pride in what you've been able to do and being able to give back in this way? Does it give you some sort of good feeling to be a part of this?
Yeah, I grew up in the Midwest, so getting involved in supporting the community was part of being a lawyer, is what I learned, and so my profession, that may not be quite the case now, but for me, that's still part of being a professional.
Well, we thank you for joining us here on the couch. We thank you for everything you've done so far. We're not done with this topic, though. We've got 2 guests coming up after this break. You are not going to want to miss it. We've got more CoastLife on the way.
This segment of CoastLife is brought to you by the Delaware Community Foundation.
In our last segment, CoastLife, we were talking about how to give back to the community, and to do that, we were using the Delaware Community Foundation. It's a group that does a whole lot of great things. We have two people joining us on the couch now to continue that conversation. We have Mike DiPaolo, VP of Philanthropy, and Anna Viniegas, VP of Business Development. Gang, first, thank you for joining us on the couch here. And Mike, I want to start with you. As the VP of the philanthropy part of this, what is your job and how does it play into getting the job done for people in Delaware?
Well, I have a great job. I get to work with people like John Ward in helping them set up their charitable funds to identify their charitable goals, helping them identify the best ways for them to do that, hopefully through the Community Foundation. But the ultimate goal is to help them support groups like Delaware Hospice, other groups in coastal Delmarva, coastal Delaware, and identify the resources that they have that can make a difference. And hopefully, as John mentioned, have some tax advantage ways of doing that for them to put money into the fund, and then again, most importantly, get the money back out to the community to do the good work that needs to happen.
And Anna, you're with Delaware Hospice. How does what they do, the money they raise, the philanthropy that they're a part of, how does it help out you guys?
It's instrumental in the care that we provide. We are able to accept patients with any payer. If they have no payer, we want to make sure that patients are taken care of at end of life and their families are taken care of very well. We're the #1 hospice provider in Delaware and southeastern Pennsylvania, and we want to ensure that the community knows that when they're going through this very difficult time, that we're able to take care of them without generous donations for those who have insurances that perhaps we don't take, or no insurance at all. We are unable to provide the care. But because of donations like this and donors that are so generous, we're able to provide excellent care with all patients, no matter what type of insurance or payment that they may have.
So we're talking about end of life stuff here. It's so important, and we can see how that money is making a difference for you guys. Mike, when you look at the different ways you can be supporting groups and which ones you might want to support, how is it that hospice became one of those groups? What was the reason that you guys selected that and identified that as a place to put your efforts?
One of the most interesting things about the Community Foundation, any community foundation, is the ability to direct grants almost anywhere. And the Community Foundation certainly has monies that it can direct. It has a board, it has a grants committee, but part of my job, and one of the best parts of my job, is to work with our fund holders to support the causes they care about. So we work with a portfolio of about 1,000 funds, and each of those funds do something different. And to be able to understand what the fund holder wants to do, what they want to accomplish, the causes they care about, is a great part of the job. And so we were able to work with John and knew about his passion for hospice and able to make a real difference there.
Now I'm going to split this up into two questions because it's a slightly different answer for the both of you. But specifically for Delaware Hospice, if somebody wants to get involved, whether it's monetarily, whether they want to volunteer, is there a way people can help out and make a difference no matter where along the socioeconomic line they are?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have volunteers who help us put together packets of information. We have volunteers who help us create blankets. We have volunteers who are able to come in and sit with patients and families and talk with them. So no matter what it is that your financial ability or even some interest that you have, we're able to really take those into consideration and make sure that there's a good match for you over at Delaware Hospice to lend your services, and we appreciate it.
And how might somebody do that? Should they go online? Should they call?
They can absolutely. So they can go right online to our website. It's delawarehospice.org. There is a spot where they can just click and state that they want to volunteer, and we will give them a call within 24 hours.
It's a great way to make a difference.
Yes.
And now I want to go back to you, Mike, because for you it's a slightly different question. Well, hospice is one of the many things that you guys handle here and have money going out to. There's a whole bunch of things that somebody might be interested in helping. If they want to go through kind of the program that you guys have, how would they do that? What are some of the different things that you guys support?
We can support just about any charitable cause in Delaware, on Delmarva, across the country. And they can work with us. Usually people come to us, as John mentioned, they may have an asset that has appreciated, they want to donate it, they have a tax reason, their advisor mentions to them that, hey, this is something I know you want to do, you're charitably inclined, and now you have an opportunity to do that. And a lot of times working with the community foundation is a great move for somebody. You can establish a fund, it can be a legacy that you can hand off to your family. We work with a lot of people through their estate plans. Somebody will say, I need my money now, I need my assets now, but I want to do this, I want to support a cause, I want to do this through my estate plans, whether it's directly benefiting a specific organization or if somebody says, I really care about Sussex County and I'm going to give Sussex County, Delaware, and I want to give money to the Community Foundation for them to make grants in the future forever that benefits Sussex County. So we can do just about anything.
And if somebody wants to come to you, again, how would they do that? Maybe you've got one of those appreciating assets and they're not quite sure the best way to get involved in the charitable side of things. How do they come find you?
Our office is right in downtown Lewis, 302 Savannah Road. Our website's delcf.org, as in DelawareCommunityFoundation.org, or they can give us a call at 302-889-1884.
Thank you guys so much for being on the couch today. Thank you guys for the good work you're doing to help all parts of our community, whether it's specifically targeted, whether it's a little broader. We really appreciate what you're doing to make Southern Delaware and Delaware as a whole just a little bit of a better place to live.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much, gang. We are going to take a break here. Do not go anywhere. We've got a little bit more of Coast Life coming up.